What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about what my specific requirements are to achieve purple belt. So, number one, you should have 1 to 2 extremely strong offensive sequences from which you can consistently submit upper ranks. This does not mean that if you go into a live roll against a brown belt or a black belt that you're going to submit them, okay? You don't even need to submit them most of the time. All I'm saying is there is a position from which you are offensively so strong that you can consistently tap people should you be able to funnel them into that position, okay? And you should have 1 or 2 of those at purple belt. This means that if I'm rolling with you, for instance, and you get me into that position, I should feel threatened. That doesn't mean that you're going to submit me, but I should at least feel threatened by what you're doing, and that threat should be credible, okay? Doesn't need to be a whole bunch of positions. Again, as a purple belt, okay, you're just starting to chain together all the things that you've learned from blue belt and all the foundational moves that you know at this point from jiu-jitsu. You're trying to chain them together. You may not be excellent in all positions, okay, but you should be excellent in 1 to 2 from which you can consistently submit upper ranks. Number 2, you should have no easily exploited holes defensively, okay? So, should you be placed in any bottom position, I would expect you to have a sequence of moves that you can use in order to escape, okay? Not just one move that sometimes occasionally works, okay? You shouldn't be able to be pinned down by a fresh blue belt in any position and not be able to escape, you know, unless this is a particularly amazing blue belt, okay, in that position. You should have a system of defense where you can escape any pin, okay? That is a requirement that I have for purple belt. Number 3. You should be competent in all basic offensive positions and in your wrestling. So, you may only be excellent in 1 to 2 positions, but in all other positions, you should be competent. You should have a way to funnel people into a submission from these other positions, even if it's not as high level as your best positions, as your A game, okay? You should also be competent in wrestling. I will not promote someone to purple belt that has crappy wrestling, okay? You have to be able to take the fight to the ground, and you know, I consider the purple belt to be the first belt of expertise when it comes to jiu-jitsu, okay? Blue belts are not experts, okay? Not at all. Purple belts, though, you have a level of expertise. Obviously, it's lower than brown belt. It's a lot lower than black belt, but you have some level of expertise when it comes to jiu-jitsu. I would expect you, if you've done some teaching before, that you should be able to teach a beginner's program, okay, as a purple belt with guidance. That means that if you cannot take the fight to the ground, you're not a purple belt because your jiu-jitsu is useless unless someone decides to take you to the ground, okay? So you need to be able to take the fight to the ground on your own terms if you want to be a purple belt under me. And I think that should be a requirement for any purple belt, honestly. You shouldn't just be able to get a purple belt if you're a butt scooter and you don't know a single takedown. Number 4, you should have very basic competence in striking, okay? So I think it's important to expand into the other aspects of the triad of martial arts. You should have basic striking and basic firearms training. I don't have a firearm requirement for purple belt, but I do have a striking requirement, okay? It's not much. I think you should have a jab, a cross, a hook, an uppercut, a back leg roundhouse kick, and a push kick. Just very, very simple stuff. You should be able to throw them hard, and you should be able to throw basic combinations with those kicks. I don't think that's too much to ask. That's honestly something that if you're skilled with maneuvering your body, you can develop those skills in a month, maybe less, okay? But you should develop them, okay? You shouldn't have no ability to do damage with your hands and your kicks, okay? You should have some ability to use striking in order to get to the takedown and implement your jiu-jitsu, or even just as a means of defending yourself in and of itself, just by using your striking. Now, I said a month, you know, for some people it may take a little bit longer to achieve that basic competence if they've never done any striking before and they're not used to moving their body in that way. But you should have punches that could credibly do damage to somebody, and at the very least, set up your takedowns to implement your jiu-jitsu. So, those are my requirements for purple belt, guys. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment if you disagree or you want to expand on something that I said. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, smash that thumbs up button, guys. Every time you guys do that, it bumps us up in the algorithm and helps us spread these videos out to more people. Make sure you guys also check out the Rumble channel. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next time.